Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So this is a new video. This is going to be the first one in the series that I affectionately call Power Play. So in these videos, I want to talk about a character from fantasy, sci-fi, from comics, manga, video games, anything. I want to take a singular character, more specifically, I want to take their power, and I want to talk about their power and explain how it works, and then I want to speculate on what I would do if I had their ability. And I also want you all to participate too, so let me know in the comments what would you do if you had this ability. So for the first ability we're going to talk about, it's called pulling, as I call it. I call it pulling because it has no proper name, but it belongs to the character of Donald Moss from Drew Hayes' Villains Code series. The first book is called Forging Hephaestus. I have a review for it up on the channel. So with that being said, remember to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and let's begin. So, in the Villains Code series, in the first book, Forging Hephaestus, we meet a character named Donald Moss, who is a computer programmer and a huge gamer. So, in this world, there was an experiment done by a very, very smart scientist some time ago, and through the experiment, he accidentally unleashed all these new elements and actually broke the laws of physics. So, after that, people started being able to develop special abilities like superpowers from lab accidents or like chemical spills and stuff like that, just very much like comic logic. And one character, and there's also these storms called confluences, where they basically just stir up stuff and it kind of messes with the laws of physics and everything, and it allows people to get abilities during that time. So our friend that we're talking about in this story, Donald Moss, he is a gamer, and he was updating all his game systems for the release of this new game during the night that one of these storms happened. And through basically electrocution, he gets the ability to pull video games items into real life. So that's a really interesting ability, I think. So the way this world works in the book series, it's its own unique world. So there's no games that we're familiar with or anything like that, probably for copyright reasons. So there's basically, we got some kind of generic ones that the character Donald uses. He uses like an armored suit, kind of similar to the Halo suit, and he gets like really big guns and stuff from similar kind of games. He really seems to be like a Halo kind of Call of Duty kind of person. So he's using a lot of those kind of things so far that we've seen in the series, right? But because Drew Hayes believes and clearly follows one of Sanderson's laws about magic systems, he explicitly plays with the limitations of their abilities more so than just the fun stuff of having these powers, right? So we learn pretty quickly that the limitations of Donald's powers are that anything he pulls out of a game, he has to use. He can't give it to someone else because then it'll dissolve and turn into ones and zeros and sparks and it won't work. Also, anything he pulls out has a limited capacity for damage. So if it gets severely hurt like 2 or 3 times or something like that, the item will break and, you know, dissolve back into ones and zeros and go back into the game. So with those limitations, I was trying to think of ways that he could be the most powerful version of himself. And it made me think of this other book series. It's called the Meta series. So in that series, the superheroes get their powers from this alien technology that falls from the sky called meta bands. They're these wristbands or armbands that gives the wielder different powers. And when they're using the bands, they can choose to make them invisible. And one of the other limitations of Donald's power is that he can't just use like video game files, like just the file type of the item. It has to exist inside a game, inside a existing game, and it has to be usable within the game in order to be pulled out. So in my head, the simplest thing to do is to develop a video game, right? What I would do, because he's already a computer programmer and stuff, so I would develop a brand new video game where you have a weapon that's like these meta bands, and I would load those bands up with every superpower you could think of. It would be like Dragon Ball Z plus Superman plus Death Note plus any and everything you could think of. And then I would probably crank their durability way up as high as it could possibly go. and then keep their ability to be invisible. So when he takes them out of the game and can use the metabands and have all the powers of even the most powerful superheroes on this planet, he can like make them go invisible so that his enemies don't even know that he has them, so that they don't know to try to destroy him to take away his abilities. So I would definitely do something like that. I would immediately try to go OP as like, I would try to go immediately OP as I can and try to crank my power scale up as high as it possibly can go, so that no villain or any alien or anything could ever stand a chance against me. So that would be my first instinct if I had these powers. So now I ask the question to you all. What would you do if you had the ability to pull any video game item out of the video game and use it in real life? Like there's a part in the books where he pulls out a jetpack and start using, jetpacks to fly around and stuff. So, and this, my question to you all doesn't have the limitation that his powers do. We live in real world, so any video game that really exists out here that you could think of that you will want to pull items from, let me know in the comments down below. I'm really interested to know. So remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I will talk to you all next time. Peace.